So hello my friends, Devon Lennox here, PhotographyPX. In today's video, we're going to do an exclusive interview with a top leading industry expert in the makeup field. All right, so here we are. This is my friend Kittie Lombardo, and we've worked together a number of times now. So
yes.
She's the one that's doing the behind the scenes for the makeup for the geisha look that we're doing today. And since she's here on set, I wanted to ask her some questions about her mindset a little bit, and kind of pick her brain, find out like how her mind works when it comes to makeup. And as newer photographers and things of that nature, how can we best reach out to someone, of her expertise? So she's kind of high up there. So I know we definitely have a lot of fear kind of sending that first message. So one of the first things that we wanted to know as photographers, what do you look for when you're reaching out to a new photographer? So say, for example, you weren't like a Las Vegas native, right? You went to, you're coming from like Denver or like LA or something, and you're just coming to Las Vegas. What would you look for if you wanted to start shooting with a new photographer out here? Like, what would you do?
Well, the first thing I would do is look at their profile.
Okay.
Okay. Look at their style.
Okay.
Okay. Of their photos. Look all the way down through everything. And then I think reaching out would be the second thing, their timely response.
Yeah.
How they speak to me. And then of course, if we can find anybody on there that we've seen that they've worked with, ask about their work ethics. I think that's super, super important.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I love that. Yeah, that's awesome. So do you like it when photographers have mood and concept boards, or would you rather improv? Especially if it's someone you've worked with before, would you rather improv, or do you prefer mood boards, like kind of what I sent you guys?
I like them, but well, for you, because I worked with you before, yeah. I know I'm cool. I know when I come work with you, we're good to go.
Okay, yeah.
But maybe for the new coming out, I think it would be nice for me to see a mood board so I can visualize what they want, so I can, manifest and put forward what they want and make it perfect for them. So it's nice to see what they're thinking, and then us to be able to bring that forward for them.
Okay, yeah.
But for first time out, I think it would be a little hard if they just said, "Hey, I want the geisha look," and they don't have anything.
And then that's a little bit
yeah.
You have to like pull it out of thin air.
Yeah.
So yeah, we don't want that. I think mood and concept boards is a commonly overlooked thing. Is when it comes to newer photographers, it's usually someone that's seasoned that has like a creative team that typically has those. But for me, it's like, when I first started out, that's what I always did. I always had an idea.
I love that idea. Not so many people do that.
So it makes a huge difference. It just takes the stress off everyone.
It does. It sets everybody's mindset.
Yeah.
For exactly what we're doing.
Exactly.
So there's no time in between. We know what we need to do. There's a targeted goal, and we achieve that.
Yeah, exactly. So I love that. So the next question, do you think it's important to meet with a photographer prior to shooting? Some people, like Keisha and I, we met first time, we grabbed coffee before we even worked together.
Yeah.
But I never grabbed coffee with you. Like we just kind of, we just kind of met up, yeah. But do you think that's important? Do you think that's like,
I kind of like that. Okay, if I'm bringing a model in, okay, I would like to meet with the photographer first to see what they're like.
Okay.
Because sometimes, you meet with not just photographers, but sometimes you meet people and they're just a little off. So I wouldn't want to bring somebody that's very reserved, that's a high up model, into a situation where it's not going to be conducive. So maybe it would be important for me if I'm bringing a model. If I'm not bringing my model, I'll just jump right in if I can do my research enough to see if they're good people.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. That's awesome. So if a photographer reaches out to you, how should that initial first message sound? Because I don't remember the message that I sent you the first time. I have no idea, maybe you reached out to me or I reached out to you. I think you saw someone that I worked with before and there's like, hey, let's shoot. I really don't remember that first message, but if I was going to reach out to you now and like we haven't shot together, like what should I say? Should I be like, hey, I love your work. Here's my idea.
I like that.
Or
but you're different than a lot of photographers. I mean, because you're very methodical. So many photographers are not. And that's why it takes so long to shoot, because they're just all over the place. But see, you're the one that'll have a mood board. You'll have a concept. You've got pictures laid out. You've got already, pre-existing photos of different things so that the models know what they're doing. You guide your models. So many photographers don't do that. And the photo shoots, they last forever and they're just all over the place.
Yeah.
So I think it's when you can fine tune he would, hone down in on exactly what it is that we want. I think that's key.
Okay, yeah, I love that. So that's awesome. If a photographer is new, what do you think would help them when reaching out to their first makeup artist or reaching out to a makeup artist for the first time? I mean, this is a question I asked someone else before, was like, should we just like go to Ulta? Should we go to like Sephora and just like business cards? Like what should we, like where's like kind of a good place to, well, yeah, that's another question, but yeah.
So being a makeup artist, being a photographer, where to find your first model?
What do you think would help them in reaching out to makeup artists?
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
What do you think would help? Yeah.
I think nowadays social media is an amazing way. If you see a photo and you see the photographer, you see the model, okay, you've got the model's name, you've got the photographer's name, you've got the makeup artist's name on there. So then you go and you see their style. I think nowadays it's pretty much an open book.
Yeah.
Right? You see the makeup artist's name. You click on them, you find their profile wherever they are in social media, you check them out, and then you can reach out to them. But I think that's great. Also, I think at the events, being in Vegas, a place like Vegas, there's so many public places where people are holding live events where I think it's a great place to network. Mm-hmm. But you're right, like Ulta, Sephora, some of the live events that they've got, there's always live events here in Vegas. So you can go there and kind of network and meet good people. And you pretty much know within the first few minutes what someone's like.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, that's true.
Right?
Okay, so as a makeup artist, where do you think are good places for photographers and to find other artists to collaborate with? You had mentioned some of the social events or like the
social events. I think like that word of mouth is so important. That's why it's so important to have good work ethics.
Yeah, don't be weird and stuff.
In a small town like Vegas, right? You've got to be on top of your game. At all times.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And if you work with somebody who doesn't function like you do, like say for me, a makeup artist, okay, so I do a lot of these events where there's 10 different artists. It's like your first day at school showing up, right? With all these different people, you don't even know who they are. You'll know right off the bat. There's certain makeup artists who, the way that they show up, are they showing up in booty shorts? Right?
Oh yeah, that's
their
true.
Their kits are messy.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
They're talking, talk while they're trying to work, or talking about someone. When I come across a situation like that, I just stay to myself. I get my work done, and I distance myself from them because I don't want to be associated with someone like that and have that become my reputation. Yeah. So there's a distance that I put politely. That's another thing, is you gotta be polite when you do it. You dismiss yourself. Yeah. So that you don't get wrapped up in that whole thing. I think that's important to me anyway. Some people thrive off that kind of stuff, but not for me.
Okay, wow, okay, that's awesome. And the last question, what are some of your pet peeves or turnoffs when working with a new photographer? The biggest thing I've heard so far is like, don't be weird, don't be creepy. Reputation means everything. Yeah.
Creepy. To have a goal, to have a goals set up so we know what we're doing. Yeah. When we just show up and it's a free for all, makes you wonder, what is that photographer really like? Is he there just to shoot, boudoir or sexy models, or is he there to actually get an image and create content? Yeah. There's a difference. There's one or the other. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. Okay. So that was awesome. That was the last question I had for you. But that's some great insight. It's just like, going out to different events and like social. The word of mouth is everything. That's basically how I built my. I'm not saying success or anything like that, but that's how I know. You got to the top fast though. It's like how I know a lot of people in Vegas is because it's just word of mouth. It's always referral based. So that's right. I always took advantage of that and collaborate with people when they told me to collaborate with someone because they thought we'd connect, and that's usually what happens. So I think that's important. Yeah, that's awesome. You're above the rest. I appreciate it. Not a lot that function like you do. I appreciate that. Yeah. So, but that kind of wraps up our interview. I hope you guys got some insight from that. We're going to have a whole series of different artists kind of come on to our channel just to kind of, pick their brain, ask some questions, find out a little bit of difference in terms of their mindset, but and try to figure out some of the commonalities and the tips that
are important to our trade in terms of reaching out to people and collaborating and creating a buzz, creating community, because that's important. That's how you end up getting to know the right people and stuff like that. And that's important. So I hope you guys found some value from this video. If you're new here, please consider subscribing if you haven't already. Definitely hit us up with a like and a comment down in the description down below. If you have anything that you'd like me to ask her, or something that you thought we kind of missed and that you have some questions with, let me know in the comments down below, and we'll get that taken care of. This is Devon Lennox here, PhotographyPX. We'll catch you in the next video, my friend.